Red potatoes. I'm gonna take these red potatoes and I'm gonna put them in the garden. Anyway, I'm just gonna put them in a baggie. These are a little bit shriveled, but they're still perfectly fine. I'm gonna take them out and I'm gonna find me a spot way back there in the back side of the property, somewhere back there. And I'm going to plant these things in the dirt. Red potatoes. When they do this, when they do that and they're growing, where's my camera? There it is. That's called chitting. So my red potatoes are chitting. We cut the pieces off so that we could cook potatoes and have them for dinner. All right, check that out. Those are going in somewhere out in the dirt, somewhere out there. I'm gonna take a walk. I'm gonna go plant some potatoes. Where's my camera? Oh, there it is. I'm looking at my phone here. I'm like, which spot is the actual camera? Is that my little trowel? My little shovel? Oh, no. Okay. I gotta find my little shovel. Gotta grab my potatoes and take them out with me. There it is. I was wondering where that thing disappeared to. I'm gonna carry that with me, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this to dig a couple of little holes out there to stick some potatoes in. And way out there is where I'm going. I'm gonna take a walk. I had to get past the chickens. The chickens just, every time I come out here, they think I'm here to feed them. I'm a source of food. This right here, that's a fire ant hill. Looks like something was digging in it. But anyway, we got fire ants around here. We don't mess with them and they don't mess with us. I'm just gonna wander around out here until I find me a good spot. There's Nagini. There's Nagini. Where you been, Nagini? Have you been hunting? You like to hang out here around this little camper? You do. There's another fire ant hill. I think it's big. Yeah, the fire ants. We generally just leave the fire ants alone, and they leave us alone. And we don't worry about it. But if you ever mess with one of these fire ant hills, these things get all over you, and they burn. When they get on you, they burn. They burn your skin. And that's why they call them fire ants. This grass has gotten tall out here. I actually pushed the push mower out through here a while back. It made a trail. I didn't mow the whole place, but and that right there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. You know what that is? That's what they call smart pills. When I was a child, my grandfather, we were out in the fields, and one of my cousins says, "Granddaddy, what's that?" "What is that, Granddaddy?" My grandpa said, "Son, Those are smart pills. He says you pick one of those up and throw it in your mouth, you get smart real quick. And my cousin reached down and grabbed one and threw it in his mouth and he said, "Granddaddy, that tastes like crap." He said, "See, son, you're getting smarter already." Yeah. Smart pills. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta zoom back out, don't I? Alright, that's the project tree. The reason we call it the project tree is because we had a bad storm come through, and that bad storm kind of twisted and snapped the top of that thing. And that's an old cedar. Yeah, we have cedars grow all around here. Ooh. See that right there? You know what that is? That's deer poop. Deer poop. We have a lot of deer out here. A whole lot of deer. But anyway, we call this the project tree because we take pieces and parts off of it once in a blue moon. And we use it for projects. Some cedar wood. Little bits here and there. And of course, our land was like bedrock. Bedrock of dirt. Some parts are thick dirt and some parts are thin dirt. Why is my shadow always in the camera? These things, I don't think these are not edibles. Don't ever come out here and try to eat these things. A lot of people see little tomatoes, and I see some kind of wild plant that is not edible as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, deer like to hang out under the project tree. It gives them, especially during the summer, it gives them shade. You can tell how the grass is all kind of mushed down and everything. But the deer will come in here and hang out here. It's a good size trunk of a tree. But yeah, pieces and parts off of this makes some good little projects. Woo! Wind's picking up, a little chilly. And of course we have black walnuts, acorns, right? We have oak trees, and the acorns are the seeds from those. Alright, there's a spot back here somewhere. I'm trying to remember where it is. There's a spot back here. It'd be perfect to put these little potatoes in. Let's see if I can get back here. We've got an area back here where over the years, you know, the wind and rain, you know, has washed, you know, like leaves, and I'll back out a little bit so you can see this. Come on, tree. Or not tree, but camera. Come on, camera. There we go. There we go. That's another cedar tree, goes way up there. One of these days I'm going to climb this. I'll say that, but every year I think, oh no, I don't know if I can do that. See how that stuff just peels off? I think the cats are climbing this tree. Maybe other animals too, like the raccoons, because you can see how it kind of looks like something's been going up this tree and loosening all that up. There could be, I don't know, it could be raccoons up in there for all I know. But anyway, over time, the wind and the rains and everything wash things downhill. And we got a fence over here on this side of the property. There's another cedar tree. Got some big trees. I don't know, can you see the fence? Now you can see it. Sometimes it's hard to see a fence like this from the distance. But really good good areas down in here. Let's see if I can find one of those spots. There's one that really stood out in my mind. That's an interesting plant. Let me get a zoom in on that. Pretty. It's a nice, pretty green plant. I have no clue what kind of plant that is. Definitely an evergreen type plant. I don't know. I don't recognize those leaves. Huh. So it's amazing how you can come out on the property, and every time you discover something new. Whew, there we go. Every time I come out here, I discover a new spot where the dirt's been washed a little bit, a new rock, a new tree, a new place where animals have done things. There, I wasn't watching where I was going. Now I'm going through tall weeds. But, yeah. Alright, here's another plant right here. Woo, sunshine. I'm going to show you a plant. Now, you see that? The roots of this are edible. Offhand, I couldn't tell you exactly what the name of this plant is, but they grow naturally around here. Yucca comes to mind, but the yucca root is edible. So if you're out and about and you see a plant like this, it's more than likely it's a yucca plant. All right, let me see what I can find. And this stuff, even though this grass looks brown, it's not dead. Just because grass is brown does not mean that it's dead. It just means that it absorbs and reflects light differently. There's some more yucca right there. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, look at them. They're all in here. One of these days I'm going to dig up some yucca root. There's another one. And another one. And another one. That's two of them there. But yeah, oh, look at them. I'm seeing them all out in there. It's easier to identify them when everything else looks brown. But these are definitely, now that I recall, I'm pretty sure these are just yucca plants. You can dig up those roots and cook them, or I don't know if you can eat them raw or not, but I'll find out someday. All right, I haven't had a tick on me in a long time. Just because it's been cold here, there does not mean that we don't have ticks. You gotta watch out for thorns too, because we do have cactus, different types of little cactus that grow around here, and they little cactuses do have little thorns, and they will go through your shoes if you step on them just right. Alright, well anyway, I'm not finding what I thought I was going to find before. But I'm going to go along this little fence line right here. Oh. See this? Can you see how the looks like it's dirt there and going under the fence? So animals go under that fence right there. Could be any kind of animal. Could be my own cats for all I know. Well, I'm going to take this spot right here. I'm going to set up my camera, my tripod. There we go. There are times when tripods just don't want to work right. Every once in a while I hear what I think is an animal out and about. I hope it's not a person sitting out there deer hunting. Being this time of the year, it's probably one of the best things to do is to wear, you know, some bright colors that are identify you as not a deer. You definitely don't want to be mistaken for a deer. But I'm gonna go ahead and just pick a spot. I'm gonna put those potatoes in the ground. Ooh. Got my bagged up potatoes, got my little trowel. Come over here and just start digging right here. This looks like nice, good dirt right here. And on this side of the fence, it seems to be a little bit higher than the other side of the fence, which means over time that fence has been catching stuff, and it decomposes and becomes good dirt. Oh yeah, wonderful good dirt. Wonderful good dirt. Look at that wonderful good dirt right there. So I'm gonna dig about 6 inches down each hole, and just put these little potatoes in here. I'm gonna do one of these per hole. I'm just gonna set it down there and then put that dirt right back on it. One thing that you can do is you can just pick a spot anywhere out on your property. There we go. Just pick a spot anywhere out on your property. Take your potatoes and just go stick them in the dirt. Put the top back down. There's some roots down in there, but that's okay. Because when I come back later on in the year, I'll find these. I'll find them and I'll, I'll just find them. I may forget where I put them. But I'll just find all these potatoes and more than likely, I don't want to say I'll forget. I'll remember, but I may not remember exactly where. So I'm gonna go ahead and get busy. I'm gonna bury each one of these in its own separate hole down here, and then I'll show you how it looks when I get done. There are times when I run into rocks, but that's okay. I just keep digging until I find a nice spot. And I did find another pile of smart pills out here, right here. I tell you, I love coming outside and doing things. Only got a few more to go until I have all of these in the dirt. I just kind of turn over some of that. We do have blackberries out here, and these little blackberries got thorns on them. I just continue. Some of them are in the shade, some of them are in the sunshine. I just continue on until I've got come off. Later on, in the spring, these will be easy to find because it'll be like a little mangrove of potato tops out here amongst all the other weeds. It doesn't necessarily mean that they'll do real good. I mean, I can't guarantee that these things are going to do great, but one thing I can do is I can say, hey, I gave it a good try. And if any of the little pieces fall off, that's fine. Just stick those in the dirt too. All right, all done. Got those planted. And see, big old rock. You can't even tell now, can you? I'll be able to come down here because I'll remember that tree and that tree along the fence line down through here. And as I find more potatoes in the pantry that are doing that, chitting, and I pull those off or cut them off of the potatoes when we cook potatoes, I'll collect them and bring them out here, and I'll just continue on down this fence line down through here, putting all the different types of potatoes in the dirt. Wish me luck on my potato gardens. I'm gonna go back to the house. I got a cup of coffee up there waiting on me. And gotta run to the bathroom too. All right. talk to you later. Hopefully you can grow yourself some good potato gardens.